Hello everyone and welcome to today's first studio vlog. My name is Jessie and we are working on Frog or Finish. And this is the first bag I pulled out, and we have a ghost in the back right corner, an elephant, cow, what will be a Highland cow, and then was going to be a lion, an axolotl, one bag, and ducks. And that's going to be our first makes that we're going to be making for this week. And I recently sorted out my inventory and found out I had more whips than finished, so we're going to fix that. And this is the first round. And to warm up for the day, I'm going to start on some ducks and then move on to the elephant and cow because they just need some eyes. And if you're interested in the patterns, I will do my best to link them down below in the description box. If not, I'll at least let you know who the designer is so you can go look. And if you're interested in purchasing a plushie, I will link my shop down below as well for you. So with that said, let's get comfy, grab a drink, and we are going to make some ducks. Okay, we are starting on our second duck. I have my coffee and my water beside me, and we have all of our supplies we need either on the desk or to my right. And for this project I need my sewing needle, scissors, stuffing. I like to use polyfill. You can also use yarn scraps in a combination of, if you don't like throwing those away. And then I have my Bernat blanket yarn, and I like using a 6.5mm hook. I know it's kind of worn off now, but I use it a ton, and I love this style of hook because I hold it like a pencil. It just feels better than the really round ones because I don't hold it like this. So this is what my preference is. I'm glad they have a lot of different ones to choose from. And then I am also curious on how many ducks I can get from this skein of yarn. I am making a Christmas gift for my niece, and I know she is obsessed with the rubber ducks. And then right now I'm still getting used to looking through my camera to find my stitches, so I'm a little awkward at the moment. But usually I crochet a little faster, but and this is the single crochet stitch. If you're new to crochet or don't know crochet, but this duck is made fully from single crochet and a little bit of sewing. Sewing is really not that bad. The pattern is free on Instagram as well. I know a lot of people really like this pattern. I found this pattern from Robin over at her channel. I'll list it down below. I love watching her during the week when she posts her videos. She does a lot with the craft shows, so if you're interested in the craft shows, she does a lot of those. I am only online for right now. Maybe next summer, or not summer, I learned my lesson not to do shows during the summer, but just depends on your area. For me, it's too hot and humid. And so I am going to continue working on this. When I get to about right here on the duck, I will show you what it looks like, and then as we go up. And then later on we will sew the beaks and the eyes on. I'll embroider those. From that one skein of yarn, I made 7 ducks in the yellow, and then I found one green one in the back. I know I got pink ones somewhere. So I got at least 9 ducks I need to make beaks and sew on the eyes. And when I'm done with those, or at least definitely these until I find the pink one, I will show you these when I have them all done. and we'll move on to the next whip. Alright, here is all 8 ducks done. And this pattern is free on Instagram by Amateur Hour. I'll leave her link down below. Next, I will put on the eyes for the cow and the elephant. And I frogged the one project so I can finish up the Highland cow. So those will be our next 3 projects. And I will show you those when I get them all done. Okay, we are working on this bag. I'm on the last row of this repeat, and I am playing yarn chicken to get to the end of this row, but that's all I have left on the cone, so it'll be interesting. I'm hoping to at least end this row. I just started it not too long ago, and it's like 144 stitches around, so I may end up frogging this last row. And I'm doing a half double crochet in the back, or the 3rd loop, and I'm glad I got it to the top, but yeah, I'm gonna have to find another color to match it. I believe I have one in my cabinet that I can use. I will just have like the top part right before the handles, and then the handles to the bag to make, so I might have to grab a few different colors, because I don't think I have any cones that would match this, but I just have like those little skeins of cotton yarn. So we'll see what we end up doing. I'll keep you guys posted on how it's going, and of course I'll show you when it's done. It's a pretty big bag, so it will come in handy for lots of things and trips. So we'll get this going and finish today, and then we'll see what's next on the agenda, and I'll meet you up when we get to the point of what we decide to do on this row. Okay, so I lost yarn again, and I could not find anything to match that bag I was just working on. So now I did find another really pretty color combo, as you can see there in the background. I think I will leave that purple in. It looks really pretty. And with that pink, I'm going to alternate the sections of that color with those, and use up some of my cotton yarn I have. And it's called the Carefree Market Bag pattern by Rich in Textures. It's free on her blog and on her channel for a tutorial. It's really easy. I am using a 4.5mm hook instead of a 4. I struggle with a 4mm for cotton, so I'm using a 4.5 instead. And I'm working on the bottom part of the bag on expanding, and I'm on round 1, 2, 3, 4. It wants me to expand up to 9 stitches in between the increases, and then I start on the repeat of 8 sections. So kind of on the fence with the purple, but because I really like those 3 together, but I do not know if I have enough of that pink, so we are just using what we got on hand. I do have this one as well. This is the color Oops, I think that's upside down. Yep. This is the color rose pink. And this purple, I have another one as well called Orchid. It's kind of fallen to pieces since I've used it before. So I am just trying to use up my cotton as my hands allow me to. I might have enough for that pink, but that bag is pretty big. I don't know. It's to be determined. I'll see how it looks. How about that? I'll start with that one. And then when I get to the color part again, I'll use the purple and see how it looks. If it looks good, I'll keep it. Let me know what you guys would do below.
All I had to do was quickly go to Home Depot, and for around $20, I picked up one of the nicest pieces that I could find. I then did some quick measurements, and I started chopping it up, and my goal was to get some pieces that were roughly 12 centimeters long, 3.5 centimeters deep, and 4.4 centimeters wide. This was very close to what the paper said was the typical sample size that they used, and I figured that at least for my first attempt, I should probably do exactly what they did. But either way, with all of the pieces chopped off, I then quickly sanded them to clean them up a bit.
Okay, so I finished up 2 more things from that pile, which is the ghost. I had to finish the tail and the eyes. And I just had to embroider the eyes onto the elephant. So we got those 2 done. After the ducks, I also frogged that one project that we're going to save for the cow. I want to have to get some more yarn to finish those up, so those will wait. And I want to set up everything and show you what we made in 2 days or finished in 2 days. And I'll see you here in a second. Alright, here's what we have made and mostly finished except for one item, which is the bag, which I lost yarn chicken on. So that is pretty darn good in my book, and I'm happy about that. I finished 1 ghost, elephant, 7 to 8 ducks, and almost a bag. So that will go back into the whip pile, unfortunately. And any of the patterns in this video I will put down below in the description box if you guys want to check them out. And with that said, I'll see you guys on Monday's video. See you later.